So the question is, are luxury collaborations tacky? Would you look at them and think, actually, it looks quite tacky? Or do you look at them and see art? What do you think about it? Do you think it's a money grab? Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Let's talk about luxury collaborations. What are your thoughts on them? Have you ever liked any of them? What's the point of them? Why do we think the brands do it? I'm also going to take you through a series of past and some present collaborations between different designers, and we're going to look at them, decide what we think, and kind of like take it from there. So luxury collaborations is not a new thing. It's basically where you get two brands that come together and they create a product that is a fusion of them both. Like if they had a child, the product is what that child would look like. My personal thoughts are that, well, you know, if I'm going to be really honest, there haven't been many collaborations that I've actually liked. I liked the Fendi Archie collaboration last year, but collaborations I haven't liked, I've actually written some down. Collaborations I have not liked have been Adidas for Prada, and also things like Burberry by Supreme. I really didn't like Manolo by Birkenstock, really didn't like that, although I can see why that would be iconic. And I wonder whether the reason for these collaborations is to go after a different market. Let's say you've got Prada and you've got, let's say, okay, Prada, you've got their customer base. Then you've got Adidas and you've got their customer base. By the way, I have a lot of you in the States who tell me that I pronounce Adidas incorrectly. I pronounce it the British way, just to let you know. Just to say, to save any of you in the comments telling me I pronounce it the wrong way. If you Google it, you will hear, I've already Googled it to make doubly sure, you will hear that I'm saying it the British way. So if you have those two customer bases, I wonder whether creating a collaboration actually widens your audience of customers, because you've suddenly got those two being brought together, and you've got people that buy Adidas that would never consider Prada and vice versa, and suddenly you've got the ability to capitalize more on products that you create in combination with each other. Which really leads me on to whether this is just a way of getting our money. Is it just a way of getting our money? And is it a way of, or possibly is it a way of keeping things fresh, where they're just coming out with pieces that are potentially, are these pieces iconic? Are these pieces collectible? Some might say yes. You know, there's like a collaboration at the moment which confuses me, and it's Balmain by Evian, Evian water, and it confuses me. I don't understand what that's about, but that could end up being iconic. That could end up being a collectible item where you'll find it on eBay in the future for a lot more money than what it actually is now. And a lot of these things sell out quite quickly as well. Like with the Fendi Archie collection, some of those pieces were actually quite hard to get because they sold out quite quickly. So let's skip through and I'll show you some collaborations and you can let me know in the comments what you think of each. So the first, as I mentioned, is Balmain by Evian. I am confused. I don't know what this is about. When I saw it, I thought, really? Why would you collaborate with a water brand? It's just confusing. But that's the first collaboration. What do you think? Would you wear this? Maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't. Let me know in the comments. The next, as I've mentioned, is Adidas for Prada. Again, I don't love this collection. As I mentioned earlier, I don't especially love collaborations in general. I find that they can be quite garish, quite logo heavy, and you know I really like a logo, but some of them can be quite logo heavy in a way that's a bit too much for me. And I don't always like that fusion that you get when you get the two brands come together. The only one I've ever liked has been Fendi Archie. So that's the next one, Adidas for Prada. Then we've got Adidas for Gucci. Again, one that I didn't really like. What do you think about it though? Would you buy this? Did you buy this? Did you want to buy this, but some of the items you were after were sold out and just completely unattainable? And very often you find people on Instagram, like resellers, that have managed to bag these things, reselling them for a lot more money. Was that something you had to do potentially? Let me know. Then you have a collection which I didn't mind, although it's an acquired taste, and it was Balmain by Barbie. What do you think of this? Now, I personally liked it. I didn't buy anything from it, so I guess you could say, well, how much did you like it? Because you didn't actually buy anything. I know, but I liked the concept behind it. I really like pink. So when I saw that collection, I was like a magpie to that collection. I remember seeing it in Harvey Nichols when it came out. And I was going through the rails and I was like, please give me something that I'd actually wear here. And I didn't see anything, but I loved it. And I don't think that collection can have done very well, because I found loads of it over the course of about 2 weeks at Bicester Village. And I filmed it and showed you, and this must have been last year now, but I went there and it was like things that you would imagine would have been popular, like knit jumpers with the Barbie written across it, sneakers, baseball hats, jackets, coats. Like they had really nice Balmain blazers in like the Barbie pink, really, really stunning. Things that you would have thought would sell out actually were in the outlet. So it makes me think that although it was a really cute collection, maybe it had quite a narrow market of people that were willing to buy those items. Again, I liked it, but I didn't end up buying anything from it, but I did like it. Another collection, another collaboration, one that I didn't like, is Manolo for Birkenstock. I'm not a Birkenstock fan. It's not my style. I can see how if you are into Birkenstock and Manolo, that this collaboration would be one that you would totally get on board with. I do actually understand that. I don't altogether think the collaboration was unattractive. I think what I liked is that the collaboration stayed very loyal to both brands. You looked at the product and you could see very clearly both brands in the product. You could see where they come together and they created something that was completely 50-50 each. I get it. I'm not a Birkenstock fan, so it didn't do it for me, but I can see why it would have been, definitely would have been popular. Then there is Burberry by Supreme, and again, a big surprise here that this was not one that I liked either. It interests me when you get like more of a sports brand that joins with more of a fashion brand, like where you've got Adidas and you've got, you know, here we've got Supreme. Really interests me when you get sports brands that collaborate with fashion, and the output that you get. I find it really, although I don't like the products, from a creative point of view, I find it really interesting, the products that they come out with. And although I wouldn't buy them or wear them, I can appreciate them. So with all of these things, although I don't love them, I can appreciate them. I can look at them from like an artistic point of view and go, wow, that's cool. You know, that looks like the baby of these two brands if they joined together. And I can look at it from a creative point of view and think that without necessarily wanting to go and buy it or wear it. Then there was Fendi Archie, before I finish on one more, which was quite a big one. Fendi Archie for me was probably the only collaboration that I've ever wanted to buy into. They had, and I kind of wish I bought it, but I didn't. They had peekaboos that had the Versace print on them. And I did think about buying one, but in the end, I decided to get the classic Fendi peekaboo in, I think it was the petite size. And I got it in like chocolate brown, stunning. It wasn't Fendi Archie at all, it was just Fendi. And I am glad I got that, because I think it works probably more with outfits than the other version would have done. But I ended up buying sneakers, I think sneakers, a belt. I was gonna get the bag. I wanted to get the makeup case, but it was sold out. I got a top. I got a few bits from it, whereas me, when it comes to collabs, I typically wouldn't buy any of it, but I liked it. It felt quite feminine, it felt quite fun, but I can understand that that would be an acquired taste because it was quite loud. So I get how that would be an acquired taste. And then finally, it would be North Face by Gucci. I can and can't see the appeal to this. I think if you're very into logos, this was actually quite a good one. I love logos, but this was too much for me. I like a logo to a certain extent, and then anything more or anything less kind of is not it for me. But I can see why this would have been popular. Again, would I wear it? No. But I can see why it would have been popular. So the question is, are luxury collaborations tacky? Would you look at them and think, actually, it looks quite tacky? Or do you look at them and see art? I see art. I look at them and see creativity. I see art. I see a fusion of two different brands, and very often the brands are polar opposite extremes to each other, and you can see what they come up with when they both join together. And I like it. Not that I would buy any of it, and I do think that possibly luxury collaborations are here to take our money for sure. They're here to get involved two different audiences that wouldn't buy that other brand, but they'll buy this one. But hey, they'll buy it when it comes down to the collaboration because their favourite brand is involved. And also, are these pieces collectible? I would say yes. I really think these pieces are collectible items, and I would not be, I haven't looked, I should actually look. I would not be surprised if you end up with resellers on social media flipping items that were really difficult to get. So do you think they're tacky? Do you not? Do you see art? Do you just see tack? Have you ever bought any of this stuff? Would you never? What do you think about it? Do you think it's a money grab? Tell me everything in the comments below. I would love to get your feedback on this. And let me know what you think about these collaborations as well. Like Balmain by Evian, what's that about? That's current, so you can actually, I think you can actually buy that. I'll link to that below if I can find it. Thank you all for watching, and I really look forward to talking to you in the comments below. If you want to come and join me in another video, I'll link to two either side here and here. If they're not showing, I will link to them below this video in the description, so go and check that out. Thank you, and I will hopefully see you, if not in the comments, in one of these two videos.